Hey guys, so topic this morning is housing, and this message is really to our candidates. I talked to a young man this morning. He was like, I was trying to ask him who was running his area, and you could kind of tell he had no idea. He gave one name that I know was not running in his area, and I said to the young, and then he said to me, young man, miss, you know what? I'll be honest with you. It doesn't matter to me. And I said, what do you mean? And he says, because he says when the people get in, they promise stuff that they can't give us, right? And then, and I said, yes. So this message is to candidates. Sorry, sorry in the back here. Hopefully you can hear me. And hopefully it's not too windy. I decided a beautiful area to come and, beautiful day. It's not raining. So let's get out and get this done. So back on housing, and this message is to candidates, right? And this message is to young people who've given up and feel like it makes no sense of voting. No, I think what we really need to say to our candidates, and that is, guys, don't promise something to us that you cannot do. I hear so many people, I'll get back to housing in a minute, but I just want to preface this. I hear so many people, candidates, telling the people, oh, I'm going to, and I think they really mean it. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to be your employee. I'm going to do this. We're going to fix this. But candidates, two things, please. Please understand that you need a majority vote to get things done. You cannot get stuff done. It's, again, by the majority vote in the House. So hopefully we can elect some people who kind of have the same views when it comes, and I'll tell you guys, it's not rocket science. It's fix immigration, and they can fix almost every problem in this. It is, I repeat again, it is not, hopefully I'm not too loud because it's windy out here. It is not rocket science. Our parents, our fathers, our parents built this country, and when it was less of us, and us the natives, we had less divorces, better health, better family life, less traffic, less pollution. We built our houses, and we were able to give our children a piece of land or a house. So our lives were better off, guys, excluding the mosquitoes. Our lives were so much better off than what we have now. So growing the population is not the answer, right? Anyway, so I'll stop there for back on housing. So I kind of really want to preface it of why I say this stuff, guys. So housing is, okay, for somebody who's a small developer herself, okay, who builds 1 or 2 houses a year. I have very good idea. Could build more, but part of them is when I build, I kind of like what I have and don't want to sell it. So I keep it. But if we kept rolling, but housing is that I hear all the candidates saying, they're going to fix housing, or we need to fix housing. And it's probably only 1 or 2, I'll be honest with you, the candidates that I have heard that see the solution to how to fix the housing. All right. Because if you go into almost any part of the island now they're doing, whether it's North Side, West Bay, whatever part of the island is actually doing, these housing schemes, Poor National Trust just can't keep up with the demand there is. And what's causing the demand, guys? And again, it is not rocket science. I beg you to plead, to bear with me as I repeat the same thing over and over, and it's not rocket science. And I'll get to the chase. It is an easy fix. Take the property ownership out of the point system. Can I say that again? Take property ownership out of the point system, and we will fix the problem. All we need is a few intelligent Caymanians, so I think it's going to take anyway, the majority vote in the House on any motion to get things done. So hopefully we can elect people candidates, let's not keep saying, we're going to do this, because you need a majority vote in the House, right? And you need to have the ideas, right? And one of the ideas is simply remove, and if you think we're being homophobic or whatever they want to accuse us of, check Google. Canada stopped it. They wanted to cool off the housing market. So they stopped allowing foreign people, it's kind of, sorry, I'm trying to get in the shade here, but it's getting kind of dark, maybe too much shade. But anyway, hopefully you guys are hearing me okay. All right, hopefully you guys are hearing me okay. So again, because I record and I upload to my YouTube channel. All right. So back on this again. So I have tenants that have been waiting, Caymanians that have been waiting for a long time to get, let's go in the sun a little bit, hold on. Waiting a long time to try to own a home, right? Let's go here, because I'm kind of dark. All right, that's better. That's better. Sorry, guys. I think that's a little better. Yeah. To try to own a home. And they go to me and they said, and they, for a long time, for years, they have been waiting. And they'll say, Miss, I go in the area where they're building the homes, where the National Trust is building the homes, and I look around and there's none of us. She was like, they're like, the homes they're building is like none of us natives. So what I'm saying is, one, we are given away to, it is yet so frustrating because the fix is so easy, guys. Bear with me. Take land, home ownership, take real estate out of the point system for qualifying for PR or status, or PR, and then it automatically kind of leads to status. Remove that, guys, because what's happening is, one, the natives cannot get homes because they've given so much statuses. And they've given so much statuses to, well, you guys know who a lot of them are. They've given so much statuses, and so Caymanians are then having to compete, natives are trying to get a home when they look around and they're like, Miss, these are not Caymanians that are here. Sorry, I got in the sun, but I think it's very windy here. So hopefully you guys are still hearing me okay. It's not us that's getting the houses. So natives are getting left behind because of a simple fix in immigration that we need candidates to vote on. And that is move the point system. I can give you another example. If I can build a house just months ago for $450,000, guys, less than a year later, I can easily sell it for $550,000. Why? Because there's a demand. There's people know that if you buy real estate in Cayman Islands, you qualify. There's a huge percentage of points. You qualify then for PR. So candidates, please protect your native people. It is unfair for our fathers, our grandparents to have built this country. I heard some people come in and claim, oh, we built the country. Oh, I believe you built the buildings, yes, but you don't build people. You don't build homes. You can build houses, but you don't build homes and family life off of building buildings, right? So those that say they built, yes, they did the construction of it. We all know who is in the construction field. We're totally aware of that. What nationality? We're totally aware of that. And that's going to be a different topic for another day, okay? But for now, we're strictly sticking with housing. So that is all we need to do, guys, is, so I was telling you, because of that huge demand because foreign people are given points for buying real estate, then yeah, I put it on the market. Well, I usually give it to a realtor, and they sell it. And I set my price because when I do an appraisal of my house, when I'm finished and I do an appraisal, it easily comes out to $100,000 more. I'm gonna be real here. I'm not gonna say, 50%. I'm breaking down the numbers so you guys get a real idea of what I'm talking about. You can build for $450, and in less than a year time, you can sell for $550 because that is the appreciated value. All right. So now I can then say, let's just say sell to my natives. But a lot of the natives, because of the jobs they have, don't qualify for that $550. So what happened? A foreigner comes and buy it because there's some other PR because there's no laws to keep them from doing that. So I'm going to just repeat it again, candidates. Don't be promising. So many of our young people do not vote. And they said why they do not vote is they're like, Miss, it won't make a difference. It really doesn't make a difference because they promise things. And when they get in there, they don't do it. And yes, because you can't tell kids. I mean, I don't know how much more land we can give up. Guys, we're building. Like one candidate saying, we're really building for the world. We're servicing the world. And our quality of life as natives have declined so much, guys. More crime, more traffic. You got to get up. I got a family member, I had to move to Frank Sound to try to get a home for 450,000 and got to work in town. And yeah, they have to get up, and school children go to school in Savannah. So they have to get up, and they have different shifts. So sometimes what they have to do is come into work in town, keep the child with them, because sometimes they have to be at the 7 a.m. shift. So they can't drop the child all on the topic of housing. They had to go to Frank Sound in order to afford something, to get a home they can afford. And again, they have to come in town sometime, bring the child to the office, and then turn around and closer to 8 o'clock, when the school's going to open, or 7:30, whatever, then they have to turn around, go back to Savannah Primary, take the kid back there because they had to be to work at 7 a.m., take the kid back to school, and then come back to work. They have to use their lunch hour, part of their lunch hour or their break time to get that child back to the school, Savannah Primary, at about, let's say 7:30 or whatever, because they had to be to work at 7 a.m. So it's caused a really, our value of life, guys, have declined so much as natives. So basically what we're doing, we're building for the outside world, guys. We are, and like one candidate said, that's what we're doing. We're taking on the whole outside world, and we think it's progress. All of this traffic, all of this cars, and people, and we as natives are no better off, guys. We're not. Pollution, traffic, crime, broken marriages, poor health, a lot of because we're eating foolishness early in the morning to try to get to work. So candidates, please be for real. And that is, the way to fix the housing system, and I hope every candidate hears this so they can all say it, because I know some candidates, I'm not going to call them their name right now, but I know some candidates I've listened to, and I'm very, very, very happy about them. So I'm using one, I'm using one of the books, but I am not for, let's make it clear, I am not for no political party at all. None. Nada. I'm looking for individuals. I'm looking for individuals who I hear making sense, even though I can just vote for one. But the reality of it is, we all have families, we all have brothers, sisters, and they live in different parts of the island. So of course we can use their influence because we get to listen, whoever gets to listen to what the candidates are saying. So don't be thinking we can dig up more, guys. We cannot plow up no more of our land, because we're taking in the inside, we're growing the population. And guess what? That is really, yes, that is profiting the supermarkets, CUC, the water companies. That's great for them. Yes, that's great, especially for those three industries or sectors, whatever. That's great for them. But is it benefiting the native? Is it no? Our quality of life, guys, have declined drastically because of, yeah, okay, fine. Can I make a profit, a huge profit because of because of inflation because of appreciation on that house? Yes, because that's what a market value is now. Yes, but is it helping a Caymanian own a home? Or B, no, when I want to go back and buy another piece of land, that land too has escalated out of the reach of what? I remember land was 50,000. Now you got to go 200,000. Which, listen guys, listen. It's not rocket science. Which Caymanian can afford that? They can't. 200,000 when you qualify for maybe 350, 400. What about building? Yes. So if the land alone. So it pushed the price of land through the roof, right? So anything real estate. So we simply fix it, guys. So candidates, don't tell people that you're going to fix the housing crisis unless you're being honest and for real and saying how we fix it is easy removal of real estate from the point system for foreigners, because everyone wants to live here now until, God forbid, it gets destroyed the way it's going with social problems, taxes to take care of so many social problems. If we continue the way it's going, a lot of people are not going to want to live here. Okay, guys? But for now, I haven't met one person that I don't think that that have come here that want to leave, right? They see the way of life in Cayman. They say it's a pretty island now, and so they don't want to leave. So what they do is they buy real estate. They buy our real estate. They go buy our land, our homes and stuff. So it's this huge demand. You don't have to be an economist, guys, to understand a simple, these were my notes. That was just my notes in here, to try to remind me of what I was going to say. And, but I'm kind of remembering without having a look on the notes. So it's supply and demand. Anytime you have a huge demand for any product, it pushes the price of the product up because so many people want it. So it's the exact same thing with housing. When are we going to stop? We're continuing to take more land in North Side and West Bay, and the government is trying to find more and more land to build more and more houses and to try to help natives get into houses. But when it's going to stop, guys? Now they're seeing no other choice but to have to go in the air now. But look at the houses, guys. So we can go to America and all that. Look at the America and all them that have taken on, again, the outside world, have this huge melting pot. How has it benefited them? Traffic, pollution, illnesses, divorces, juvenile delinquents, kids on drugs. Look at the quality of life a lot of America and the cities have, right? So the same traffic. And they can see like Florida, no matter how much they bill, because now, some people don't like Trump. I get that, guys. I get that. But I can tell you one thing. He's trying to make America great again. When it comes, now that's a controversial statement, but when it comes to trying to move some bad people out of his country that was allowed to come and influx the USA, and he's working hard to try to get a lot of them out of the country, right? So a lot of the stuff he's doing, yes, we won't agree. I get that. I get it. But I repeat again, he's seeing this explosion of population that a lot of the caliber of people that came in have been bad for their country, has caused crime, did murders, did rapes, did prostitution, bad stuff. So he's trying to get out some of the bad people out of his country. Now, unfortunately, in that cleanup, there's probably some good, innocent people that's getting caught up in that. Yeah? And unfortunately, we know the statement, the good suffers for the bad a lot of the times. Yes, because in the cleanup, there can be a family where there's a murderer, right? Or a rapist. And he lives at a certain demographic. It seems to me that times when, again, that according to what I hear, some of the innocent family members are getting caught up in that. But that's because they allowed everybody to, and people came over the border. I shouldn't say allowed, because they have a border, and a lot of people come in here to Cayman through canoes or boats or illegal. I don't know if you guys followed the raid that they've had. A couple of a lot of our departments had a couple of but probably a month ago, and we saw where one person was overstaying since 2020. Okay, guys, how many years ago was that? Somebody was overstaying. So that's all I'm saying, guys. Candidates, please. Building more houses, yes, they got to because a lot of natives, but getting more and more land. The poor Housing Trust seemingly can't keep up with demand. They're trying to get some of our natives into the island. But what have we done? We've allowed people to go to Kimmelbrack and buy our $35,000 piece of land just to qualify for housing. All right. And I'm wrong. To qualify for PR. And so that's pushed the price of real estate up there. And then they come to Cayman and then they try to live here. But they then have to get in line with that National Housing Trust line to get housing. Because yes, the jobs they do don't qualify them for $400,000 and $550,000 house. So here it is again, guys. Your natives then are having to compete with these people because we sold our land to them, because our land, our homes are in the point system. So guys, remove it from the point system unless if you want to have a certain demographic where you say probably a house for 1.5. If you want to say, okay, we'll sell our real estate in a point system, yes, but on, like I say, a certain level where 1.5, something that is not so much a demand for your average native that's making $5,000 together as a couple, 2,500 as a single person, right? You kind of not competing with them. So if you want to leave it in a point system, again, it has to be something like a home's 1.5 million, something like that, very, very high end stuff. But anything below that, you cannot no longer do it candidates, MPs, whoever present and current and who's going to run. We no longer can do it because it's supply and demand. So the more you leave it in the point system, the more it's a demand for our people, our natives, to try to compete with people vying for PR, because after PR is status, then it then competes with our natives to buy our homes and our lands. And that's what's pushed the cost of housing up, guys. I rest my case. I end there. That's what's pushing the cost of housing up. Okay, so that's how you fix it, guys. It's not getting more and more land, getting more and more people at the national housing to trust to try to build more and more houses. When is the wheel going to stop spinning, guys? When we're all in 20-story buildings? And what quality of life is that? I rest my case there on the housing. I'll see if I can send these to candidates in case they don't see it. That's all we need to do to fix the housing issue. There's other issues. We'll talk about traffic, how the overpopulation and all the status grants and the PR has led to traffic congestion. But we'll make that a different topic. All right, take care. Another day. Bye.